So what's going on, guys? DIY Dan here again, and today I'm just going to give you a quick tip on how I anchor stuff into my drywall at the house if I'm holding more than a picture frame. So I've used this style of drywall anchor for years without any problems whatsoever. They hold a lot of weight and they are very easy to install. So in this video, guys, I'm actually going to show you how I install these easy anchors. I'm also going to give some helpful tips on how I've used them before for different things. And then at the end of this video, I'm also going to install this nail, one of these style drywall anchors, and the easy anchor into this small piece of drywall I have here, and we're going to put weights on it to see how much each will hold. So let's get to it. So usually your towel rods and toilet paper holders use this style of anchor. I've had a couple of these pull out of the wall on me. When that happened, I was able just to pop that other style of anchor out, screw one of these directly in where it was, and re-anchor my towel rods. So the one thing I really like about these easy anchors is I don't have to pre-drill a hole or use a hammer to install them if I don't want to. So right now I'm just marking the holes. So I usually use my impact to do these, but you could use a regular drill. So I've got my hole marked, I'm just setting in place now, and I just give the back of my impact or drill a couple taps with my hand, and then use the impact to pull it in. So whether you use your drill, impact, or a hammer to tap these anchors in, you want to put them to the first thread so the rest of it pulls in like a screw. Same thing, line it up. So one other thing is when I put these into the wall, I like to put them past flush just a little bit in the wall. That way if I decide to move whatever I've got hanging, I can just take some putty, put it over the top of it, and once you paint over it, you'll never see it. Because taking these back out of the wall does not work well. So obviously a stud is the preferred method of mounting something. However, these do work well if you do not have access to one. So on the boxes, I believe the smaller size says they'll hold 50 pounds and the larger ones will hold 75. I did not believe this until I actually tested it. So first I'm going to test the small size easy anchor, which is said to hold 50 pounds. Then I've got one of the other style drywall anchors that's got the same size screw, if not a little bigger. We'll see what that does, and then I'm going to test a nail as well. So I did have to drill a hole since this drywall was not anchored to a wall, so I could not hammer it in. But we went ahead and did that and threw the screw in it. So that's 10 pounds. Another 10 pounds. This was another 8 to 9 pounds. So that's 28 pounds. That's another 5 pounds. So that's 33 pounds. So we got another 5 pounds here. So that's close to 40 pounds. And you have to remember that I couldn't put the screw all the way into the anchor because I had to hold multiple ropes. So the farther the screw is in the anchor, the more it'll hold as well. Plus this is just a thin piece of drywall. If it's anchored in the house with 2x4s on either side, it's probably going to be stronger as well. So after pulling the weights, this is what it looked like. Doesn't seem to be any damage to the drywall or the anchor itself. And here's a view of the backside, and I don't see any difference from when I anchored it to when I took the weights off. So I'm going to screw this in the rest of the way and see if it opens up like it does on the picture on the box. So you'll notice the more I screw it in, the more it splits out on the backside of the drywall. And that should make it hold more weight as well. And I put it where it would be if you were holding one single item on this screw. So now we'll be testing this other style of anchor. This one is clear. The one in the video is yellow, but it is the same size. Okay, so these ones you have to pre-drill first. So after drilling the hole, I went ahead and placed the anchor into the drywall and then tapped it in with a hammer. Okay. Then threaded the screw that came with that anchor all the way in as far as it would go. You can see the concept of those style of anchors and how it splits out as soon as you get past the drywall. So here's 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 25 pounds. So you can see we were straight before, and it's starting to leverage here. 30 pounds, and finally 38 pounds. Now this did hold that weight, which I was actually really surprised with, but I was surprised that the easy anchor held as much weight as it did as well. The other thing that I really like about the easy anchor is it eliminates 2 steps out of the process. You don't have to pre-drill it, and you don't have to use a hammer if you don't want to. So now I'm just putting a nail in that piece of drywall and we're gonna try it, see how much weight it'll hold. I was actually pretty surprised. This is 10 pounds and it seemed to handle that okay. I put the other 10 pounder on there and immediately it started pulling the nail and leveraging it down. So I stopped there. Honestly, it surprised me that it held the 10 pounds okay. So I'm gonna kind of wiggle the nail from the backside so you can see how loose it became just from holding that stuff. So the hole is already starting to waller out, as you can tell. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hope to see you next time. Have a good one. Later.